mythical beaches that attract surfers from around the world. On the blue canvas of the ocean, surfers draw ephemeral lines, capturing the present moment with grace. On the crest of the foam, they ride through time, uniting their destinies with that of the ocean, an endless dance between man and the sea. Welcome to the Basque country, and more specifically to Biarritz, a seaside town rich in history and the birthplace of surfing in France. Once upon a time, Biarritz was a whaling town inhabited by a few hundred people. In 1843, Victor Hugo described it as a charming and magnificent place, expressing only one fear, that it would become fashionable. In the 19th century, with the advent of the sea bathing, the town underwent an economic upheaval. In 1854, the Emperor Napoleon III, captivated by the beauty of the landscapes and the tranquility of the place, decided to gift his wife a small castle by the ocean. The building was constructed in the shape of an E, as a tribute to the Empress' first name. Napoleon III and Empress Eugénie made it their vacation spot, attracting personalities such as Queen Isabella of Spain, Leopold II of Belgium, the sovereigns of Portugal, and many others. Every summer, from late July to late September, the couple settled in Biarritz surrounded by close friends to escape imperial protocol and enjoy sea baths. During these days, the imperial festival was in full swing. Balls, fireworks, country or maritime excursions, and various entertainment filled the diplomatic discussions. The castle was transformed into a casino during the Third Republic and then into a hotel. Destroyed in a fire in 1903, it was rebuilt and expanded to continue hosting the world elite. In 1922, a memorable Second Empire Ball, presided over by King Alphonse III and the Shah of Persia, revived the magnificence of the past. Thanks to them, the upper class and the entire European high society frequented the seaside resort until the 1929 crisis. Biarritz had become the temple of luxury and fashion, with over 50,000 vacationers visiting each year by the end of the 19th century. The Hôtel du Palais is splendid, and the building steeped in history, worth seeing. We stroll along Winston Churchill Avenue and along the beach. From there, we admire the famous Rock of Foup and the Biarritz Lighthouse, erected in 1834. It stands at a height of 73 meters above the sea level, and it takes 248 steps to reach its summit. It dominates the Cap Ensart, named by the oaks that surrounded it. We spent a good amount of time along the promenade, encountering many vacationers and, of course, numerous surfers. And how can we not mention the origins of surfing in France, since it all began here in Biarritz. During the filming of the movie The Sun Also Rises, an adaptation of Hemingway's novel, Dick Zanuck and Peter Wirtel, two Californians, found themselves in Biarritz in September 1956. Hailing from California, Dick Zanuck brought his surfboard to test the waves of the region. He introduced his colleague to the practice. However, the board slipped under Peter Wirtel's feet and broke on the rocks. A resident of Biarritz, George Henbutt, helped him repair the board, and the two men surfed together until the end of the summer. The following year, Peter Wirtel returned with 3 boards, giving one to the scientist Joël de Rosnay, who was on vacation in the area, to George Henbutt, and third one to Jackie Roth. They are the Surfing Uncles, the originators of the Waikiki Surf Club in 1959 and the Surf Club de France in 1964. More boards were sent from California, and with the increasing number of boards, the surfer community grew. Youngsters could retrieve lost or broken boards to start their own surfing journey, as leash wasn't yet developed. As the practice attracted more and more curious individuals, Henbutt developed what was then called La Chevillère, patented by an American 10 years later, and now known as a leash. The first competitions took place on the Basque coast for the quality of its waves. International competitions, French championships, European championships. In the 60s and 70s, surfing quickly democratized and gained media attention. It was omnipresent in cinema with Gidget and in music with the Beach Boys. And if surfers from around the world travel to enjoy the waves of the Basque coast, it's thanks to Joël de Rosnay, who made Biarritz known during his trips to the World Surf Championships in Australia and Peru. Simultaneously, surfing carved out a place in pop culture. It was a golden age of surfing. Beyond being a sport, it became a true way of life, a lifestyle inspired by Californian culture, exporting itself to all corners of the globe. In the 1990s, it professionalized thanks to the exploits of Kelly Slater, world champion at 20 in 1992. He didn't hesitate to take risks and perform impressive maneuvers to impress his audience and the judges. For the record, the highest wave ever surfed broke in Nazareth, one of the best surf spots in the world. In 2020, an experienced surfer rode a wave that was 24.5 meters high, equivalent to a 9-story building. In the 80s, surfing became a sport and recreational activity open to everyone. Today, Biarritz hosts stages of the pro circuit and welcomes the biggest global surfing stars. And even today, during the summer season, Biarritz remains bustling. It must be said that the city is pleasant and the landscapes are remarkable. We stroll along the long beach and reach the fishing port. The city centre of Biarritz holds undiscovered treasures such as a fishing port, a village within the city. The place retains its historical charm with cramped, colorful fishermen cabins. The port was built in 1780, and in the early 20th century, it housed around 300 fishermen, but this number significantly decreased in the 1950s. This small fishing port has been completely preserved and its charm is unique. It's the ideal place to savor grilled fish. The Virgin Rock is inseparable from the image of Biarritz. This rock owes its name to the statue of the Virgin that was installed at its summit in 1865. Legend has it that the Biarritz fishermen, whalers at the time, were caught in a terrible storm. A divine light guided them back to the port. The survivors erected a statue of the Virgin on this rock in gratitude. Napoleon III decided to pierce this rock and connect it to the coast with a footbridge. The first wooden bridge didn't withstand the winds of the ocean. In 1897, Gustave Eiffel was entrusted with the realization of the metallic structure. It offers us a breathtaking view of the Basque coast. The waves are impressive, and you are sure to get splashed.
What's
A little further, we discover Villa Belsa, a neo-medieval style villa built between 1880 and 1895. Its location on the rocks makes it a unique property, and in 1908, the cinema took advantage of this exceptional site to serve as a backdrop for various movie scenes. In 1923, it was purchased and converted into a Russian restaurant where sumptuous galas took place. After experiencing periods of decline from 1929 onwards, the villa was restored in 1990 and transformed into luxury apartments. The house has become a protected property as part of the preservation of architectural heritage. In 2020, an apartment was sold at an exceptional price of 40,000 euros per square meter. The streets of the city center are lined with elegant shops, cafes, restaurants, and art galleries. The main shopping street, Rue Gambetta, is lively and perfect for shopping. The Saint Eugénie Church is a neo-Gothic treasure in the heart of Biarritz. Built between 1854 and 1865 in a Gothic style, this church is dedicated to Saint Eugenia of Rome. Its imposing exterior is matched by the splendor of its colorful stained glass windows and sculptures inside. Located in front of the Halls Market, the St. Joseph Church dates back to 1895. Originally, it was the chapel of the Dominican Fathers Convent, of which the cloister and the choir stalls still bear the memory. Upon entering, the gaze focuses on the main altar, made of white marble with pink columns, above which hangs a magnificent crucified Christ. The nave features a beautiful pointed vault and is framed by two side aisles. The city center of Biarritz showcases elegant architecture with beautiful villas, luxurious hotels, and historical buildings. The architectural style ranges from Neo-Basque to Neo-Moorish, giving it a distinctive charm.
My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. When I wake up in the morning and I see your face, I'm becoming blind by your dazzling grace. What a beautiful feeling to be close to you. There's nothing else I wanna do. Ooh, and from the fields of flowers you chose to pick me. You're spreading sugar on my misery, and I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true.
We quickly pass by the Imperial Chapel, which was built between 1864 and 1866 within the Imperial Park. It's the only remaining vestige of the Imperial Resort in Biarritz. This chapel was commissioned by Empress Eugénie, who wanted to practice her faith in private. It has been classified as a historic monument since 1981. We continue our stroll in the city center and discover other gems of the city.
I wanna marry you. 'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good.
Our day comes to an end, and we decide to quickly visit two more places, Bayonne and Hossegor.
Keep you warm, then go back in the closet after the storm. No, I'm not a match, simply.
We start our tour on the banks of the Adour, a river that stretches for 335 kilometers, originating in the Pyrenees and flowing into the Atlantic Ocean in Anglet. From there, we enjoy a beautiful view of the Bayonne City Hall and the Place de la Liberté, which we pass for a stroll through the old town.
It's more than everything you gave for it. No, I'm not here to criticize the
Ancient fortified city, it has retained its authenticity.
your friend till the end. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. I am not a witness here to call you in for the things that you done or the thing that you did. And I'm not the shadow of anyone you've been. All I am is a friend, your friend till the end. All I am is a friend.
We reach the St. Mary Cathedral, rising above the Romanesque cathedral devastated by a fire in 1258. This reconstruction proudly displays its Gothic style, adorned with 14th century paintings and stained glass in the style of Chartres. The interior visit is truly worth it. The nave recalls the naval power of the medieval city. The decoration still bears the trace of the Anglo-Gascon occupation. The fleurs-de-lis of France have succeeded the leopards of England. The colorful keystones represent the different neighborhoods of Bayonne and testify to both the past and present of the city. There are 7 chapels decorated by the painter Steinheil between 1873 and 1896. He also painted the Holy Apostles, inspired by the style of the 13th and 14th centuries. The cathedral also has one of the largest cloisters in France. After leaving the church, we continue exploring the old town before heading to Hossegor.
Blue sky come bearing up before us. We hang on the hem of your gown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. There's a darkness in the valley, heavy branches crack and spit. If we holler, will you hurry? Can you hear us through the wind? Blue sky calm, dancing in between us. Take us up, lay us down. Blue sky calm.
Highly renowned, Hossegor is a trendy seaside resort. It's the capital of surfing on a European scale and hosts events like the Quicksilver Pro France, attracting the world's best surfers. The atmosphere during these events is electric, with surf enthusiasts from around the world coming to witness the competitions. And thus, we conclude our day of exploration. See you soon for new discoveries.